War is often remembered through its great battles and famous aircraft, but behind every fighter soaring into combat stood an enormous industrial effort. During the Second World War, every major power invested vast sums in designing, building, and maintaining military aircraft. Yet not all fighter planes carried the same price tag. In this program, we'll compare 5 of the most iconic World War II fighters from the major Allied and Axis powers. We'll rank them from the least expensive to the most expensive, based on approximate unit production costs near the end of the war. We'll also convert those figures into modern US dollars using inflation estimates to provide a clearer sense of their relative value today. As with all wartime accounting, exact figures vary depending on the source. Labor costs, raw materials, exchange rates, and whether development expenses were included all differed from nation to nation. The figures presented here represent approximate manufacturing costs for each aircraft and are intended for comparison rather than precise accounting. Number 5. The Soviet Yakovlev Yak-3. Coming in at number 5, the cheapest major fighter aircraft of the war was the Soviet Union's Yakovlev Yak-3. Introduced in 1944, the Yak-3 was a formidable dogfighter, loved by its pilots, including the French volunteer Normandie Niemann Squadron, for its superb power-to-weight ratio and agility at low altitudes. But how was it so cheap? The Soviet Union faced a catastrophic shortage of aluminum early in the war. Therefore, the Yak-3's structure was made largely of wood, specifically delta wood, a composite of birch plywood soaked in phenol formaldehyde resin and fabric skinning, with metal used only where absolutely necessary, such as the wing spars. Manufactured in state-owned factories under extreme pressure, often by women and teenagers working 12-hour shifts, the Yak-3's construction was heavily simplified. In 1945, a Yak-3 cost the Soviet state approximately 130,000 rubles. At wartime exchange rates, this was roughly $24,500, which equates today to an astonishingly $362,000 per aircraft. For the price of a modern high-end supercar, the Red Army was putting a lethal fighter in the sky. Number 4. The Japanese Mitsubishi A6M Zero. In position number 4 is the legendary symbol of Japanese naval aviation. At the start of the Pacific War, the Zero was the undisputed king of the skies, infinitely agile, with a legendary range that terrified Allied pilots. To achieve this performance, Japanese designer Jiro Horikoshi utilized a secret ultralight aluminum alloy called ESD, Extra Super Duralumin. However, the Zero achieved its lightweight by sacrificing pilot protection. It lacked self-sealing fuel tanks and armor plating for the cockpit. By 1945, Japan's industrial base was crumbling under the weight of Allied blockades and B-29 bombing raids. Materials were scarce, and skilled labor was practically non-existent. Nevertheless, mass production techniques had lowered the unit cost of the Zero over the years. In 1945, a Mitsubishi Zero cost approximately 100,000 yen to produce, which at the time was roughly $23,000 USD. Today, that equates to about $425,000. While cheap to manufacture, the cost was paid in the lives of irreplaceable, highly trained Japanese pilots who flew in what was essentially an unarmored flying fuel tank. Number 3. The German Messerschmitt Bf-109. In position number 3, we have the workhorse of the Luftwaffe, Messerschmitt Bf-109. Designed by Willy Messerschmitt in the mid-1930s, the Bf-109 was produced in greater numbers than any other fighter in history, with over 34,000 built. By 1944 and 1945, the late-war Gustav G model and Kurfürst K model variants were rolling out of factories that were increasingly moved underground or hidden in forests to escape Allied bombing. The Germans were masters of industrial rationalization. They simplified the Bf-109's design over the years. replacing metal tails with wooden ones and utilizing forced and slave labor from concentration camps in underground facilities like the infamous Mittelwerk. Despite these desperate measures, German engineering remained complex and costly. A Bf-109G in 1945 had an official Reichsluftfahrtministerium, Air Ministry, cost of roughly 43,000 Reichsmarks. When you factor in the cost of the advanced Daimler-Benz DB605 engine, instruments and weapons, the total cost came to about $45,000 USD in 1945. Today, that translates to approximately $832,500 per fighter. Number 2. The British Supermarine Spitfire. At number 2 is perhaps the most beautiful aircraft ever to take to the skies. The British, with its iconic elliptical wings and the roaring Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, the Spitfire was the savior of Britain during the Battle of Britain and remained in frontline production throughout the entire war. However, that beautiful design came with a massive financial and logistical headache. The Spitfire's famous elliptical wing, while aerodynamically superb, was incredibly difficult and time-consuming to manufacture. It required complex curves, thousands of flush rivets, and highly skilled metalworkers. Early in the war, it took almost double the man-hours to build a Spitfire compared to a German Bf-109. By 1945, with the introduction of the powerful Rolls-Royce Griffon-engined Spitfire Mk14, British shadow factories had streamlined production, but the Spitfire remained a premium, high-cost item. The average cost of a late-war Spitfire, complete with its engine, armament, and radio, was approximately £12,000. In 1945, this was equivalent to roughly $48,000 USD. Today, that equates to a substantial $888,000 per aircraft. Number 1. The North American P-51 Mustang. You have probably guessed by now that the most expensive fighter on our list at number 1 is North American P-51 Mustang. Often cited as the finest all-around piston-engine fighter of the war, the Mustang combined an American airframe with the British-designed Packard V1650 Merlin engine. It possessed the range to escort U.S. heavy bombers all the way to Berlin and back, finally breaking the back of the Luftwaffe. But the Mustang was a tour de force of advanced technology. It utilized a revolutionary laminar-flow wing, was equipped with sophisticated gun sights, self-sealing fuel tanks, heavy pilot armor, and advanced radio gear. The United States utilized its immense industrial muscle to mass-produce the Mustang using automotive assembly line techniques in Dallas and Inglewood. Despite this unprecedented efficiency, the sheer quality and technological sophistication of the P-51 made it incredibly expensive. In 1945, the contract cost for a P-51D was approximately $51,000 USD. When you add the government-furnished equipment, which included the engine, radio, and 650 caliber machine guns, the unit cost rose to about $54,000. In today's money, that is $999,000, just shy of $1 million per plane. So, for the price of just one American P-51 Mustang, the Soviet Union could manufacture almost 3 wooden Yak-3s. It is a fascinating demonstration of how different nations approach the aerial war. The Americans sparing no expense to provide their pilots with the absolute best technology, range, and protection money could buy, while the Soviets relied on rugged, cheap simplicity to overwhelm the enemy through sheer numbers. Which of these classic fighters is your favorite? And if you were a pilot in 1945, which one would you want to take into a dogfight? Personally, I think it's hard to look past the Merlin engine Spitfire. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share,